we are ready to tee it up. The Huskers will kick it away to start. Here's the return from inside his 10. He gets a block, and he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Leaves it with the running back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense is doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Let's go. Scanning the field. It's Mateer. Quarterback now breaking the field. Now he's going to send this one deep to the right. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Man, that's one of those as an offense you're just staring. No, look at his toe. He was out. The defender was so close to keeping something in bounds to make that an interception. But there's a reason he plays DB, and he's on that side of the football, probably because he can't control his body and even get that foot down.
Looking to scramble. Going right and going deep. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. Fires to the tight end. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the 1st down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. Now adjusting. Fires to the big fella. Inside the 40-yard line and out of bounds at the 39.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Wants to throw it. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
Using the quick game. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's 1st down at the 27.
This running back is a weapon. Not only is he going to hurt you in the run game, but they're going to throw it to him, and they're going to throw it to him on 1st down, 2nd down, and 3rd down, as you saw right there.
And the Sooners look to keep this drive humming. Wide receiver going in motion. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. Oh, he's got some space. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he left it in for the score. Touchdown, Sooner. You want to make sure this Boomer Sooner crowd gets it going early. That is one way to get it done.
And we get to break out the Sooner schooner. The wagon gets to come out. Everybody gets jacked up. Everybody gets excited. Oklahoma has an electric atmosphere. And when these fans get involved early like this, good luck.
So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. The Sooners will try to punch it in on 1st and goal.
and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
And the extra point was good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll step out of bounds, and that'll be it for the return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll leave it with him. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. The Cornhuskers want to move quickly.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. Well, that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge third down play. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Quickly to the tight end. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. And the Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
Hey, man, you want to make a statement defensively, make hits like that. You're going to start having these receivers think twice about running these routes. This defense came to play, and they are laying the wood.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Huskers come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. The Cornhuskers line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. Wants to keep it in the air. Quickly out to the tight end. They'll move the chain. Execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that. 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
Offense changing the play. Back to throw, it's Raiola. Fires to the wideout. Caught over the middle, it's Barney. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. Now from inside the red zone. Firing to the right, complete. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
Starts a drive trying to go up top. Swings it out to his running back. How about that nifty footwork as he gives him a little breathing room out to the 12.
Early in the game as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
He leaves it with his back. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
That's a nice run. This guy has it all, doesn't he? He has speed, he has shiftiness, and he has power. The power reminds me of an old great Sooner running back, Marcus Dupree, arguably one of the most gifted runners college.
There he goes. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we played one period. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Rides the back on the option to give. Shakes off the defender. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Now facing a third and long. DB's right up on the receivers. Pulls and fired complete. Ball is loose. And they were lucky that fumble went out of bounds. They'll maintain possession.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. They've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
Back to throw, it's Mateer. Fires to the big fella. Finds a crease at the 20. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Runs through the tackle. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. it's complete. Touchdown Sooners! A great catch and run for 6. And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. Give to the running back. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. The Sooners in a good spot here with 2nd and short.
6 remain. 6 remain. Let's go.
They'll run play action. Unloads to the right. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
And the Sooners really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Gets it to the back. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down, and now they have to make a call. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. A safe call on the wide receiver screen. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. The give to the tailback. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Power football with the run. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He uncorks one deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Oh, there's an alley to the left. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Cornhuskers!
quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Quick release by the QB. And they get him down.
Well, we knew coming into this one, the tight end was a big part of this offense. You've seen it early in this game. They've moved him around. They've thrown it to him in a lot of different ways. Defense is going to have to make some adjustments trying to stop this guy.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Off the play fake. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Man, how about the offense, man? You run a little play action. I can just tell you, 3rd and long, as a pass rusher, I'm going to get the quarterback. I don't care about the play action. I'm not biting on it, and neither did the defense.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
There are analytics out there in college football that say maybe you can go for that at that point of the field here in the first half. It's still early. If you don't get it, you can come back later in the game, make it up, score some more points, and that mistake will be erased. The problem is right now at this juncture of the game, that was a big-time error. The fact that you didn't get that, you're now gifting your opponent points.
They'll give it to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great team defense on that one play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on 3rd down. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. This crowd knows when to bring it. To the air. It's Raiola. Into the end zone. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Trying to escape and get it himself. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. And And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. Fielded in the end zone. It's Barney. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Not hard to figure out why they trail to start this third quarter. 3 first-half turnovers.
So if you're on offense, let's just stay out.
Turning it on! The 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Huskers! You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Sooner offense back onto the field. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. Makes it past the marker. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
Fires to the right. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have 2. They've got 3 DBs, 3 corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country, and you saw it on that last play coming away with the pick.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Punt is on its way. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Floating away. Zings it complete to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Inside 4 minutes to play here in the third. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6. The Sooners want to crank the tempo. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Finds a tight end. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
From the gun, running back gets the give. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
The Sooners have it with a 1st and goal. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Looking to pass. It's Mateer. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
That's how you blow up the screen pass if you're on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast and force the incompletion.
They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. The option look. He'll pitch it. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And that one will put him up here in the 2nd half.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He brought that thing out of the end zone with the idea of making a play, but he wasn't even able to get back to the 25-yard line. Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. To the ground with the back. Breaks into the open. The 40. The 30. The 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Nebraska! Boy, did he just scorch that defense for that score.
He shows you all of it, Reese. He's got the speed, he's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
The extra point here would tie the game. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Smashes him with the stiff arm. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Makes the grab deep. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
Well, he's able to make it easy after that catch, and I think his speed is something that just scares DBs to death. And you think about great Oklahoma receivers recently, guys like CeeDee Lamb, Sterling Shepard, Hollywood Brown. DBs gave them so much cushion because they were afraid they were going to get run by, and I think that's how defenses treat this guy too. With his speed and his playmaking ability, he scares you to death, and that cushion helps him out tremendously.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Sooners can really attack on this 2nd and short. Quick pass on the fly motion. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Wide receiver comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. They kept him out of the end zone, but not before he gets it to the 1-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal. The fake spike trying to catch the defense napping. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
They'll try it again from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Military, stop!
They're going to run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Sooners!
And he's in for his 3rd rushing touchdown. You college fantasy football players, that is what you want to see. +6, +6, +6. Let's go.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He brought that thing out of the end zone with the idea of making a play, but he didn't even get back to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Try to get it to the edge. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
If you like old-school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first three periods. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Looking for a man. It's Raiola. Got his man. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Down in possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. Fires to the right. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. Flying down the left side. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Cornhuskers!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he knocks it through for the tie here in the fourth quarter. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Pretty good job on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 32-yard line. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. This quarterback part of their running game.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw. It's Mateer. Unloads to the wideout. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. The defense was looking for a huge play in this tie game, and they have just given their team a great opportunity.
I think, Reese, at this point of the game, tied late, it's going to come down to who can make the most plays. The defense comes up with a massive play, creating that turnover. Outstanding job by the D. All 11 guys being on the same page, now putting their offense in a great position.
Here's the handoff. Oh, he's got some space. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. They'll give it to him again. Got some room into the goal line. Touchdown, Huskers! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense, because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this fourth quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Gets it all the way out to the 33 before he stops. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. The Sooners with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass, it's Mateer. Makes the grab on the left. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game, mark it at the 47. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some first downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. Buying some time. Fires on the move. He's got it. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Kick coverage team was ready and in their lanes, and he would have been better off just to take a knee in the end zone. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They'll go to the ground. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Raiola. Complete to the right. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
They'll give it to Johnson. There he goes. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this for this team right here, and this guy, David, has shown up today.
And it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
And the Huskers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Trying to seal the edge on the right. At the 20, he's got space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Offense goes toss play to the right. Now, defensively, if you're going to stop these perimeter runs, your DBs better be able to get off blocks and go make a tackle. And right now, the secondary, they look like they're struggling trying to handle the run game.
The clock has stopped for the timeout, and we have reached the final 2 minutes in this one. First down, operating in the red zone and doing it in a den of noise. Right back to the well. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Now,
turning it on. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Big third down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. He's got it and still on his feet. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7. How valuable is a tight end in the red area? Now they're set up with a first and goal.
I love it. Find the big fella down in the red area. Big target, works the middle of the field, easier throws. Nice job by this offense, keeping it very simple.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing windows tend to shrink a lot.
Now the play fake. Finds his big tight end. Big guy tries to barrel in. Touchdown, Nebraska. And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
And it's go time. You need a play late, and the big tight end comes through for you. You find him. He does the rest, catches the football, gets in for the touchdown, and now you take the lead.
Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Finds his man, it's Sategna. At the 35, he's loose. So dangerous after the catch, and what a good move to get out of bounds and stop this clock.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. And the Sooners can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Grab near the marker. It's Lewis. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Wants to throw on first down. Pressure coming. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open...
Lets it fly deep downfield. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone.
He just took a shot down the field, didn't get it, so you've got time for one more play. Everybody thinking Hail Mary right now. I know the odds don't say you're going to come up with it, but, man, we have seen crazy things happen in college football.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Under fire! Blasted as he lets it go. You sort of think that over the years you get immune to these types of upsets, but this one is a shocker that might go on the list of all time.
Dude, huge win. Like, you can't say enough about being a team with a considerable talent disadvantage. Like, you're the underdog for a reason. You go with, this is a top 10 team you're playing against. Like, everything says you shouldn't win, but Palmer, they came out and they absolutely took care of business.
Yeah, they showed up in the biggest moment. You got to give these players a ton of credit. They may not be as talented as their opponent, but this was a game and an opportunity that they took advantage of. They made the plays they needed to make. They put the rest of college football